we move to next chapter, next section. In fact, system build. Tapi concurrent management එක සාමාන්‍ය important section එකක්. software engineering මේ සමවිල්ගේ අපතේ එක chapter එකක් වෙන් කරලා තියෙනවා ඒ section එකට. ටිකක් chapter එකක් අපි කතා කරා version management and change management. Another section is system building. So yatte release management ගැන කතා කරන්න තියෙනවා. අද lecture එක අපි කලමු how system building, how do you make it. System building is a process of creating දැන් අපි දැන් components හදලා තියෙන්නේ, implement කරලා test කරලා තියෙන්නේ, right? test කරලා තියෙන්නේ මේ individually. දැන් මේ ඔක්කොම components එකතු කරලා final exe version එක හදන්න ඕනේ, right? Final exe library files ඔක්කොම compile කරලා they have to create the final bundle which will be distributed. මේක තමයි කතා කරන්නේ. System building is a process of creating a complete executable system by compiling and linking the system components, so and external libraries and configuration files and others. So we have, if we create a system, it could be thousands of components, many library files, external library files. They have all need to be linked together before final exe is distributed. Java වල JR file එක කියන්නේ මෙන්න ඔය කතන්දරයක්. JR file එක අන්තිමට ඔයගොල්ලෝ Java files එක ඔක්කොම එකතු කරලා JR එකක් හදනවානේ. That is what you can deploy distributed. So different systems are built from different combinations of components. So we have tools for that, system building and version management tools. එතකොට අපේ components කොහෙද තියෙන්නේ? version management system එකේ තියෙන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ හදුවේ දැන් අපි practically කරන්න version tool එකක් කරන්න හම්බුන්නේ නැහැ. මම කරේ මම කියලා දුන්නේ කිව්වේ අර version management වල version control system open source එකක් තියෙනවා. තව JIT කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා, distributed systems version control system එක. If you get time CVS එක පොඩ්ඩක් introduce කරන්න පුළුවන්. I will try to introduce මම හිතන්නේ මම කලින් batch එකට අවුරුදු දෙක තුනකට කලින් CVS එක කතා කරා. ඊට පස්සේ ඊට පස්සේ batch වල වෙලාවක් තිබුණේ නැහැ. කතා කරන්න වෙලාවක් හම්බුන්නේ නැහැ. මේ if කොහොමද version control කරන්න කියලා පොඩි components අරගෙන ඒවා වෙනස් කර how this happen inside this demonstration so that you can try it yourself. So system building tools are available and version management tools which are using for managing your system components are linked together and they can communicate during this building process. එතකොට එක component versions තියෙනවා. ඔයා තියෙන්නේ version management system එකේ. එතකොට system building tools තියෙනවා. එතකොට this tool has to communicate with this version management system. CVS එකට communicate කරලා හරි අන්තිමට release එකනේ යන්නේ. එතකොට හරි version එකට correct component version has to be selected during building process. So the correct system version should include the correct component version, and then they should be combined together and compile and create the exe file. So components are available in the VMS and its repository database. From that, tool should select the correct component version before being built in. So we have tools available for this purpose. මම හිතන්නේ මේ යන්නේ මේ මම දාපු මීටින් එක මේ 40 minute version එක යන්නේ. Something has gone wrong මම හිතන්නේ මේ UVT එකේ පොඩ්ඩක් මම report කරලා තියන්න ඕනේ ඒක මේ මේ session එක මම හිතන්නේ 40 minute version එකද කොහෙද යන්නේ මේ ඔයක තමයි පොඩ්ඩක් අහලා මේක කියලා report කරන්න. මට මේක continue කරන්න පුළුවන් අපිට මේ 40 minutes දාලා තිබ්බට again first session again. Let's see this process system building platform. So we have the system components versions in the version management system. Then what developers do is they will copy what is called process checkout process, checkout taking a copy of the system component and to their private workspace. Then they will do the changes and finally after changes done they will be check-in කියන එතකොට save back in the version management system VMS. So checkout meaning taking a copy, reading process. Taking a copy, that's a reading process before they can work on that, and reverse process like a check-in after completion. Complete the changes, we have to change the save the version, change the version in the VMS back. That process we call check-in, right? Check-in, check-out. So you can check out and you can do changes. After doing changes, then developers will check in the change code back to the version management system. So this diagram captures that. So you can see here the center we have VMS version management system and build server tool. So version management system and build tool is connected to the VMS. So build tool will communicate with the VMS in order to choose the correct component version. So this indicate the developer side. This indicate the developer side. So they will check out component to their private workspace from the VMS. Then after doing changes in their private workspace, they will be saved in the VMS back because check-in process. Then build server will, build tool will combine all required component versions and library files, etc., creating a executable system. Creating the executable system. So target environment, it is the platform where the system execute target system. This environment where the system final system is executed. When you compare this target environment and development environment, they should be the same. So target environment is where the final executable system is going to execute. So target environment is the environment where the final system is going to be executed. And compared to the development environment, they should be identical. These two environments should be identical. So may environment this development environment and target environment where the final system is going to run should be identical. Should be identical. So development system and build server. Development system and build server. This is development system and build server. Both communicate with VMS. Both interact with the VMS or VM. So VM could be either hosted in the build server or in a separate dedicated server. So this could be in these both together be in one system, or VMS could be deployed in a separate server. Build server could include VMS, or this could be VMS could be a separate server. So as far as embedded system is concerned, where simulating environment is installed in the development environment for testing purpose, because as far as embedded system concerned, actual embedded system platform may not available, so they could be tested in the simulated environment. So what are the kind of files that we should assemble by the automated system? Automated build system, this is the tool that going to create the EXE, automated build system. This should assemble different kinds of files, source code files, where you have your code written. It could be a large number if hundreds of thousands of code files could be exist for large system. Source code file, then data files, and lots of library files, and compilers and tools, because they should be so build system should also link these compilers and tools, because compilers are required to compile these source codes files. So you have to combine library files and source code files. They have to be compiled and linked together. So compilers and tools also linked with they also been assembled by automated system for compilation purpose. Compilation purpose also configuration files and test data are the inputs for build system. So input for build systems are source code files, data files, library files, compilers, and configuration files, and test data. These are the inputs for build system, which is responsibilities combining them all and compile them. That includes including the library files as well. And finally, a executable target system is created with the test reports, test results. So therefore, except for small systems, except for a small system, it is worthwhile use the automated build tools to create the build system. As far as long as the system is getting complex, it will include more and more source files and other files. So tool support is required for build process. The කතන්දරේ පැහැදිලි නේද? එතකොට මේ ඔක්කොම source files, data files, library files, and configuration files, and they has to be linked and compiled for the compilation purpose. The compiling tools also be needed, and finally executable version is created. Some problems in the building process. So you have to include all correct components. Have all the components that make up the system be included in the build. So you have to answer these questions. Have the all components to make the system required are included. If the system is built on thousand components, and all those 1,000 components should be included. You cannot miss them. If the components automatically, this is a challenge in the build process. So you have to include all required components. Then second challenge is not only include, but also you have to select the appropriate version of the component. You have to select the appropriate version of the component. So component have many versions. Each version is created when each component version is created when you do a change. Whenever new change is made, as we discussed, a new version will be created. Then thus all required data files are included. Thus all required data files are included. Thus the appropriate version of the compiler. Appropriate version of the compiler and required tools are available. So these are some challenges of the system building process. So we have to include all components. You have to select the correct version of the component. You have to include all required data files, and we have to include all compilers, correct compiler version and other tools required. What are the functions that should be included in the build system? Functionality of build system. අපි මේ කතා කරන්නේ මේ build system tool එක තියෙන්න ඕනේ functions ගැන. So build functionality that should be included in the build system tool, building the system by identifying correct components and automatically generate a build script. Then next functionality, version management integration. Version management integration. Build system should check the required. Build system should check out the required version of the components from the version management system. So required correct version should be checked out. That means from the VMS, we have to take out the correct components. Then compilation functionality. Compilation functionality should be there. Minimum recompilation. So build system should work out the source code needed to be recompiled. And if compilation is required after it's required to do the compilation of the components. So building the script, version management integration, so minimum recompilation if it is required. The creation of the EXE, executable system creation, build system should link compiled object code files with other required files. So that includes library files and configuration files to create the executable system. And test automation. Run කරාන් පස්සේ compile කරාන් පස්සේ build කරාන් පස්සේ we have to run the test runs. So some build system can automatically run test cases using test automation tool like JUnit in Java. Then reporting, creating reports whether process is success or fail. The information of the final is report should include whether the build process is success or failure, and with the test reports like test results, results of the final testing, and also the document generation. So build system then can generate release notes about the build and the system in the system help page. So these are the functions that should include build script creation, version management integration with the version management system, compilation, minimum recompilation, creation of executable system running test cases, and reporting facilities, and the document generation, which includes reads notes about the build. And system help pages. So build script contains the definition of the system to be built. Build script contains a definition of system to be built. So like again, build script එකේ තියෙන්න ඕනේ system එක build කරන පාවිච්චි කරන components and its details. The components and the dependencies between components. So build script could contains the component required and their dependencies, both because they have to be connect in the correct way. Also include tools used to compile and link the system components. So build script can it is a program. So like a program that contains the required definitions, including components and dependencies, relations among components, tools used for compilation and linking, and the tool itself now can interpret this program, this script. So tool interprets the build script and calls the other programs like VMS, compilers, linkers as required to build the executable system from its component. So script is a program. Script is a program. Apni manually connect karanna bෑ මේවා. Create a program that includes required component and their dependencies, tools required to compilation and linking process. And tool has the capability to interpret these instructions in the script. So tool has the capability to interpret the instructions in the script and from the VMS is collecting the required components and compilers and linkers to create the executable version. So script is a program that contains the definition of the system. Script is a program that contains the definition of the system. That definition includes system components, their relations, and tools required for compiling and linking. So then the system tool can interpret this program instructions and from the VMS, it will fetch the required components and compilers and linking and creating the required exe file. This is a process model for system building process. So you have the script program which contains the definition of the system. System definition includes component dependencies and tools that are being used to compiling and linking. So build script system builder will read this program and from the VMS it will absorb the source code components of versions. VMS so system builder will interpret this script program from the VMS, is fetch out the source code required and this source code will be then compiled and object code of the components are generated, then they will be linked, and finally executable system is built. Then make a program compile karna process se karte bagai tamai mega, right? We write a simple program and you compile the program, and linker will connect all required library files. Linker will attach all required library files to your object code before final exe system is built. Exe built. Say process එක තමයි මේ system building එකේදී පාවිච්චි වෙන්නේ. Here different is you think about single program, your C program or Java program, whatever it is. The program will be compiled and object codes are created and then linked with your library files before exe is generated. A process but difference is you have a large collection of components are available and they will be in the VMS. From the VMS, we have to check out the required source code component version in order to compile them. So build script is a program that contains system definition. System builder will interpret this program, and from the VMS, the source codes are checked out, compiled, object code is generated, linking, and finally exe is created. So there is a system building process model. So compilation is computationally intensive process because lot of files has to be compiled, required files has to be linked together, library files has to be attached. Therefore, a lot of computational works is involving comparison. For example, we have to select the correct component versions. So then a lot of comparisons will be done to identify the correct component version. Searching, we have a large collection of components stored in the VMS. So among this large collection, we have to select them. So that searching is there. Then selecting the required one, selection is there, comparison with this. The script contains a definition, which component. So compilation is computationally intensive. A lot of searching is there, comparison is there. So you have to identify the correct component version and searching the database and is runs into sometime 100 to thousands of files has to link. So therefore, to manage this heavy computational burden, so the goal, these tools are created in a way that they minimize the amount of compilation required. So how this is managed inside, how this process is managed inside. So the goal is to minimize the compilation and reduce the computational workload. And so this has to be done in systematic way. How the build system will handle this problem? These are steps. Check if a compiled version of the component is available. Check if a compiled version of the component is available. Checking the component compiled version is there. If it is available, there's no need for recompiling. There's no need because compiled version is already available. Therefore, again, for that component, compilation is not required. If the compiled version is not available, so you have to create the compiled version. So therefore, we need a way to clearly linking the source code component. So there is a clear need for linking the source code component with its equivalent object code. So we have to, source code has to come link with the object code. How this is done? This is done through maintaining a signature for each file. So, so we'll be given a signature. So compile object code is created from the source code. Object code is creating the source code, and they are given a signature for identification purpose. So if the signature is identical, so two files, object code and the source code files. So object code identical in the source code again after compilation. So they have to have same identification. This is done through assigning a signature for both files. So signature identify the source code version and the signature will change if the source code is changed. So if your source code is edited or change, the relevant signature also change. So by this comparing the signature of the source code and object code, it is possible to decide the source code component which is used to generate the object code component. කෙනතර source code එකෙන් අපි compile කරලා object code එක හදා ගන්නවා. source code එක වෙනස් වෙනොත් අනිවාර්යෙන් object code එක වෙනස් වෙනවා. So if the component source code is changed, object code has to be also changed. That means build process එකේ latest object code එක පාවිච්චි කරන්න ඕනේ. So in the build process, we have to use the latest object code. if the source code get edited or changed, and relevant object code also change, that means compilation is required. Whenever a component source code is edited or changed, a new object code has to be created. The latest එක තමයි අපි build process එක පාවිච්චි කරන්න ඕනේ. So we are given a identity for source code component, source code version, and same signature for the object code version. So if they are equal, that means you have chosen the correct object code version. So if the source code change, a new signature is generated. New signature is generated. එතකොට අර පරණ object code එක හරියන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ අතර source code එකේ signature එක C1 නම් source code එකේ signature එක S1 නම් එතකොට ඒ relevant object code එකේ signature එකත් S1. හරි. එතකොට source code එක වෙනස් වුණොත් අනිවාර්යෙන් signature එක වෙනස් වෙනවා. Signature will change from S1 to S2. Now පරණ object code එකේ signature එක S1 තාම. අලුත් source code එකේ signature එක S2. So they are not mismatching. That means compilation is required. So each source code will be assigned relevant object code should be linked. System එක build කරන පාවිච්චි කරන අර object code එක source code එක නෙමෙයි. source code එක නෙමෙයි source code එක compile කරලා අපි object code එක හදා ගන්න ඕනේ. ඒක තමයි පාවිච්චි කරන system build process එකට. ඇයි signature එකක් දාන්නේ මේ එක වෙනස් වුණත් මොකද වෙන්නේ? We assign the same signature for both files for the reasons of in case source code change. You have to recompile the source code again and create another object code version. So their signature should be identical. Signature signature is basically using for the identify this correct object code relevant to the relevant source code. Relevant source code. What are the method that is using for the signature file identification purpose? So each source code file is assigned a signature, assign a certain identifier, and also the object code also should assign the same identifier. What are the methods that we can use for the identification purpose? With the student will be identified by the student ID card, student number or index number. So that's a proper way to that can use for identification purpose. Proper way for identification purpose. So there are two methods using a checksum method and timestamp method. So two methods are using for identification purpose: timestamp method and checksum method. So what is the signature of the source code file assigned? What is the signature assigned for the source code file? In the timestamp method, the signature assigned for the source code file is the time and date. when the file was last modified. ලේසි දැන් ඔෆිස් එකකට මොකක් හරි ලියුමක් ආවොත් එහෙම ඔෆිස් එකට ලියුමක් ආවොත් එහෙම ඉස්සෙල්ලාම බාර ගන්න ටයිම් ස්ටෑම්ප් එක ගාලානේ. ඒ ටයිම් ස්ටෑම්ප් එකේ තියෙන්නේ ඩේට් එක ගොඩක් ලාලා. ඩේට් එක තියෙන්නේ. So the date the file received for the office can be identified, or date the office received the document can be identified to the date stamp. Then date stamp basically time එක එමේ date stamp එක එතන පාවිච්චි කරා. So to the date stamp you can identify when the file is arrived or document is arrived to the office. Here we use a time stamp that contains date also time. So signature include the time and date the file was last modified. So for the source code and the object code will be assigned for the date and time. Daytime time. So same date and time. source code එකට time stamp එකක් ගහනවන්නේ අන්තිමව modify කරපු වෙලාව. So ඒක තමයි assign කරන්නේ අර object code එකට. If the source code file of a component modified, change, and if the source code change, then you get a different timestamp. The source code get change, you get a different timestamp. So now the timestamp of the latest source code is different from the object code already you have. So that means they are not equal. So in that way you can identify the recompilation is required. So you create a new compiled version of the object component by creating a new object code by compiling it. ඒතර අපි idea goal එක මොකක්ද මේ කියන්නේ how to minimize the recompilation, minimum recompilation. So compilation requires a lot of resources, computer resources, CPU time especially, and we therefore compilation is heavy computational load is involving. So the goal is to minimize the compilation. So one strategy is for minimize the compilation is that we assign the time signature for both files. In one method is using timestamp. A timestamp is assigned that include date and time is last modified. If source code is now changed again, you get a new timestamp, new time. Come down දවසේ වුණත් වෙනස් වුණොත් time එක signature is different. For example is given here. please read this example. Let's say we have a component, Java component, with the Java component with the signature format එක එතකොට time එක තියෙන්නේ hours minutes second time එක තියෙන්නේ hours minutes second date එක month date year time and date. So time will be in this format. ඉස්සලා hour ඊළඟට මිනිත්තු ඊළඟට seconds, date will be ඉස්සලා month එක date එක year එක. So we have now this time stamp indicate that date is February 14 2009 February 14 2009 month එක date එක year එක and time එක 17 hours 5 විනාඩි 3යි තප්පර 5යි. Let's say this component has the modification signature this thing and if the component class object code object and class file එක Java class file එක component class in other words component object file has the modification signature 16යි 34යි 25යි 2යි 12යි 9 2යි 12යි 9 එතන මේ දෙක not the object code signature එකයි object code signature එකයි source code signature එකයි වෙනස්. ඒක කියන්නේ එතකොට the object source code has modified at 3 minutes and 5 seconds at 17 hours on 14 February. මේ දෙක signature සමාන නැහැනේ. මේ signature සමාන නැහැ. That means after this time this has been modified. right එතකොට ඒ කියන්නේ මේ අන්තිමට modify අන්තිමට object code එක create කරපු වෙලාව ගත්තොත් ඊට පස්සේ මේක modify කරලා තිනවා මෙන්න මේ දවසේ මේ වෙලාවේ. Therefore recompilation of source code is required. Recompilation of so automatically recompile Java file because changes made does not include in the latest version is latest changes not included in the object code since this time the very simple method modification timestamp method is to identify the source code and the correct object code. Modified timestamp method. Second method is checksum. Source code checksum. So signature would be this time, signature would be checksum calculated from a data file. Checksum calculated from a data file. So here the data file is the source code. Source code can text file. Using a certain checksum function, using a certain checksum function, we are creating a some integer value. So in this case, the signature is that integer value. So this checksum function will generate a unique number using the source code. So source code is the input. So it's a text file. Using that text file, apply this checksum function, and result will be a unique ID is generated, unique number is created. Again, checksum function again, simple case, simple example checksum function again, the source code characters. Source code contains character. It's a large collection of characters. ASCII value for each character we get the ASCII value, corresponding ASCII value or Unicode, whatever it is. ASCII ඒ තිබුණොත් ඒ වල ASCII value කීයද මට මතක විදියට 60 ගණන්නේ simple ASCII value එක 67 වගේ capital A වුණොත් 97 ඒ වගේ right එතකොට simple B වුණොත් 68 capital B වුණොත් 98 ඒ වගේ keyboard එකේ තියෙන හැම character එකටම ASCII value එකක් තියෙනවා දැන් source code එකේ තියෙන්නේ ඔය characters නේ source code එකේ තියෙන keyboard එකේ characters. So අපේ checksum function එක we are using the ASCII value. Our checksum function is ASCII value and we find the sum of the ASCII values. Find the sum of the ASCII values. The final ID එක මොකක්ද? Summation of ASCII values. Final ID is the මේ ASCII values එකතුව is an integer. So source code එකේ එක character එකක් හරි වෙනස් වුණොත් එක character එකක් හරි වෙනස් වුණොත් ASCII මේ sum එක වෙනස් වෙනවා. අපි පොඩි example එකක් ගමු පොඩි variable එකක් තියෙනවා variable එක print කරනවා right integer x equal to something print x for each character you have ASCII and have checksum calculated. So initially the higher x equal 10 you print x. So you have assumed checksum values for this file is 1000 now checksum is changing a single change in single character flip in a single character A change in a single character would change the checksum value. So you can then be sure that this file has new file has a different checksum value. Maybe if one difference of one integer, that give an indication now source code has changed. So again, these two mechanisms are two simple mechanisms. One is modified date timestamp, another one is checksum value. Why we need such an identification method? Because we have to choose the correct object code for building the system. Correct object code needed to be used to build the system. Component version thousands of components are there, and each component has many versions. So you have to pick the latest version of the component to build the system. Adhara sarla process complicated. Handle components. Large number of collection of components needs to be handled. So checksum is assigned to the source code before compilation. And the build system will then tag the object code with that value. Checksum value calculate karna alutma source code version negata. Now it will be compiled and create object code. Create an object code. The build system will take the responsibility of assigning that checksum value to the object code. So build system will tag the generated checksum to the object code as a signature. If you are unable to find an object code with this relevant signature, then recompilation of source code is necessary. So what are the difference with advantages and difference between these? So advantages of checksum or timestamp. Comparison between timestamp method and checksum method. Timestamp object code object code file do not have versions. Object code files versions are not there, but component have versions. මොකද මේ object code එකට versions ගන්න එක තේරුමක් නැහැ. No need to maintain version for object code because at any time it can be generated from the source code. So what is the reason there is no need for object code version? The reason is that whenever you want object code can be created from the source code. So therefore we only maintain the recent object code, compile object code in the system. The system will keep only the latest, most recent object code version. System will maintain only the most recent object code version. There's no need to maintain object code version because it can be created anytime from the source code. But in the so in the timestamp method, so in the timestamp method, for objects code, most recent version is maintained. Most recent version is maintained, but in checksum method, many different versions of the object code, components are maintained at the same time. This diagram shows that compression timestamp identification and checksum based identification. Version component Java version 1.0 has this timestamp. As this timestamp is relevant, this will be compiled and this object code as a timestamp. Same timestamp here. This is the come timestamp. So the version 1.1 different timestamp. Timestamp date time. The time stamp is generated using date and time. This is a new timestamp based on date and time. So they are different now. They are different. Timestamp is different. That indicates so only one version of the component is maintained. Since they are not identical, recompilation of this is required. If this is used for building. So in the checksum method, different object code versions are maintained. So version 1.0 is object code version is checksum value, they are identical here, but version 1 point different checksum value, but you can see now here that means so component object code, they have versions. Object code, they have versions. So in time-based method, timestamp-based method, object code do not have versions. Latest is kept, but in checksum method, object code has versions. The advantage of checksum is that parallel compilation is possible. So make advantage different version of components, different versions of components. They can be compiled parallel at the same time. If checksum method is used, if multiple versions of the components are available, a parallel compilation is possible. So you can read the text, then you will understand that so parallel compilation possible if different version of components are there. So advantage is this parallelism here. The difference is that in a checksum method, object code, timestamp method, object code does not have versions, but in checksum method, object code has versions. Then move to agile building, something about agile system building. So according to the agile method, we'll discuss agile process model in detail in third year level. Where systems are released as increments, and these increments are small in size. Small increments and frequent releases. Frequency increments frequency time gap somewhere 2 to 3 weeks. The time between one release and another release is 2 to 3 weeks. And size of the increment is small. So small size releases in short time period. So small releases in short time period. So this is basic agile. One of the agile principle, frequent releases in short time, within short time with any small releases. Frequent releases. Therefore, we need frequent system builds are required. Since frequent releases, Emma Sati Degatun Sarakma, that was 2 to 3 weeks. Every 2 to 3 weeks, we have a release. This continues. Also, size of the release is small. Size of increment is small. This is agile, one agile principle. So system build has to based on this now. So for agile building, recommend that very frequent system builds should be carried out with automated testing. So this is highlighted in the figure. So frequent build-in and continuous integration. Continuous integration is required as then increment partner join karan. When we increment it has to be integrated with the previous one. Keeping with agile method, notion of making many small changes, and continuous integration is required. So the integration process is not continuous. Integration process also continuous process. So frequent builds and continuous integration. Why frequent builds are required? Because small releases every 2 to 3 weeks. Let's see. This is the integration process model. So these steps are explained here. So steps mainline කියන්නේ මම කලින් පාවිච්චි කරා, but can you remember that mainline code? So one of the early chapter version management, the mainline, the term mainline indicate here so mainline is a sequence of baselines. Sequence of baseline representing different versions of the system. Sequence of baselines represent different versions of the system. What is a baseline? One single baseline is a collection of component version that make up the system. Baseline is a one system version which is accepted by the quality. So baseline is a one system version accepted for quality. So mainline is a collection of such baseline. We go back to these steps. The process model otherwise could be difficult to understand. We go one step by one step. Check out mainline. Step one. So steps in continuous integration. Check out the mainline system from the VMS into the developer's private workspace. This is a VMS version management system from which we check out the mainline, that's collection of baselines, to the private workspace of the developer. Let's say we pick one baseline system in the mainline. So we, from the VMS, we check out one baseline to the private workspace. Then build the system and run automated test. And they will, so we have check out the mainline into private workspace of the developer, then they could build the system. So build the system and runs the automated test to ensure that build system pass all tests. Build and test. Build and test. So this is happening in the private workspace. This is happening in the private workspace. So build and build means creating the exe final and test it. So build and run automated tests to ensure that all tests are passed. If fails, if test fails, for some tests are failed, if not, that means test fail, all tests are not succeed, that means build is broken. Build is broken. Broken කියන අදහස් කරන්නේ මොකද්ද? Broken කියන අදහස් කරන්නේ if your program does not pass all test cases. Say take a simple program, if the program does not pass all test cases, that means program fails. Program is broken by the test cases, or program is broken by the test. Can successful test case test runnak කියලා කියන්නේ successful test runnak කියලා කියන්නේ පුළුවන් තරම් program එක break කරන්න බලන්න ඕනේ. Identify the failures as much as possible to have a successful test run. The meaning of broken means even one test case fail. Even one test case fail, that your program is broke by that particular test case. That means if tests are not all, like even one test is failed, that means build is broken, and you should inform whoever checked in the last baseline and who are responsible for repairing. So we check out one baseline in the private workspace, and system is built and test. If test fails, then you can make changes in the private workspace. So make changes to system component. So build is failed, and necessary adjustments are required to correct the error. So build the system in the private workspace. If the test fails, this process continue. So build make changes. So that we check out one baseline, start building and test the program, test the system as all. If one test even failed, that means build is broken, and make the changes. To the correct the false, and this will repeat. Build and test the system again. So this process continuing. This process continues until all tests are passed. මෙතන loop එකක් තියෙන්නේ. මෙතන build කියන අපි අන්තිම final version එක. අන්තිම final exe එක. If test fails, this process continues. Loop එකක් තියෙන්නේ. If test fast, test are okay. Then once the tests are passed, then system is checking to build server, checking to build server. मतलब commit करने finally final version is operation ने commit करने के लिए क्या then transaction ने का operation ने transaction අපි ගමු බැංකු transaction ගමුකෝ ඒ transaction වල එක එක status තියෙනවා many status are maintaining අන්තිමට commit state එකට ගියාන් පස්සේ that is transaction is completed. Commit means is temporarily permanently saved. Transaction is successfully completed and permanently saved in the database in database terms. So until committing time you can do changes. Transaction එක ඕන abort කරන්න පුළුවන්. Or temporarily suspend. Once you commit, you cannot make change. You cannot undo it. Once you commit, you cannot undo it. So commit के आधार का नहीं है. Do not commit the baseline. Final baseline ने का permanently save करने पा. Commit के आधार का नहीं है. Then just so fast, then check into the build server. इधर में आधार का तो मैं system build के कराने में developer basically system build is done by the developer to temporarily, for example, temporarily creating the build version. Temporary build version. So it's like a developer is creating a temporary build version, and to idea that he will do all tests, he will do all tests required, and if all tests are passed, then the past version is checking to the build server. Then final testing is going there here. Build and test within the build server. So final building is taking on the build server. So build the system on the build server and run the test. I make a current when if other developers might have modified the components. This is required because other developers might have modified the components since you have checkout. The method developer is working to his private workspace and build the system. One developer will build the system and he will check into the build server, and why is checking without committing the checkout campus say or check-in campus say anit kattiya component nas kala tibbot another developer has make a change to the component. So you check out the version available to you, make changes and build the system. Why final checking is, final building is done in check by final system build done in the build service, that it is possible that another developer, since you check out, another developer will do a change to a component. That's what is saying that. So build the system on the build server and run the tests. You need to do this in case others have modified components since you check out the system. Right? If so testing will be on the build server now. Building will be on the build server, and again testing the system. It's possible that you fail tests here. It's possible that when a developer component modify kara, and then you have to build server will build the system here, and their tests failed. Not all tests are passed. Then you have to loop again here. You have to go back to this again. may feedback So if the test pass, then okay. That means now we are in a position to commit the baseline. Commit changes to the VM. Now baseline is now permanently saved in the version management system. So now your baseline can be now commit in the main line. So these are the steps. So you go through this process model. Also the description steps are described here. Try to parallel understand this. Try to read this process model with parallel to this description here. Commit killing adas kare mein is finally saved in the VMS. So commit නොකර තියාගෙන ඉන්නේ මේ level එකේදී commit නොකර තියාගෙන ඉන්නේ මේ possible that some other people will change a component in their own private workspace. මේ diagram එකේ මේ rectangles වලින් 90 angle rectangle කියන්නේ මේ computers, right? Working areas, build server here, private workspace, private working area, version management system. There are computer resources. So let's read pros and cons, advantage and disadvantage of continuous integration. Then daily building software. Daily build meaning that agile වල තව variation එකක් තියෙනවා time period එක මේ 2 to 3 weeks නේ කියලා කියන්නේ in daily building type of software they set a delivery time. So the delivery time for the component is set. Delivery time for a component is set. For example, here every day 2 p.m. How's the day? So these are daily build activities. If the developer has something to test and if he has something written by this time, if developer has a new version of the component around this time, they must deliver it. You must deliver it by that time. If a developer has a component version developed that can be tested by this time daily. හැමදාම දෙකට හරි තුනට හරි time map system. That is the idea of daily building, meaning that daily basis is happening, but time is set to deliver something. A new version of the system is built from these components by compiling and linking them to complete the system. So in a daily build software, idea is that a time is fixed. Time is fixed. උදාහරණයක් දෙක හවස දෙක දැම්මොත් තුන දැම්මොත් ඒ කියන්නේ හැමදාම තුනට if the developer has something some new component of the version they have developed they should deliver for build process. So they deliver after that the new system version is built from these components by compiling and linking to make a complete system. And then the system is just sent for testing team. It is done using a predefined test cases. If faults are discovered by the test team, they will be returned to the developers for repair. and they will then prepare these files. So this will become a new component version. So then you can read this slide. එච්චර අමාරු නෑ මේක මේ සමහර අමුතු වචන කීපයක් තියෙනවා මේ build කියන එක දැනගන්න ඕනේ ඉස්සෙල්ලා මොකද්ද build what the idea of building ඒ process එක දැනගත්තා නම් it's not as difficult as that.